guys, so I'm finally getting around to recording the answers for my Q&A video, my 500 subscribers Q&A. And thank you to everyone who asked me a question. I was really worried I'd put it up and no one would ask me anything, so that was avoided. Thank you very much. And I'm probably going to split this up into either 2 or 3 parts. This first part I'm going to be answering 15 questions. I have them typed up so I know what I'm doing, kind of, and yeah, here we go. Radiant Christina asked me 4 questions. She asked, what kind of books / genre are your favourite? Well, on my shelf, the most books that I have tend to be young adult paranormal romance, and that's because like 4 or 5 years ago now, when I read Twilight, that was the first book like of its kind that I'd read. I'd never read any YA paranormal before, and I jumped on it. I absolutely loved it, and since I've come across books in that genre that I've liked more, but the genre as a whole I still love. Recently I've started getting into like new adult contemporary novels, and they're probably a very close second. I'm really enjoying those at the moment. 2, favourite book ever read. This is tough because I love so many books, like genuinely so many books, but probably Angel by L.A. Weatherly would be my all-time favourite, followed by Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine, and Boy Meets Girl by Meg Cabot, and Nevermore by Kelly Cray. Those are like the top ones, but favourite ever would probably be Angel by L.A. Weatherly. And 3, what got you into starting your channel? Well, that was because at the time that I'd read Twilight and I started reading all these young adult books and I was loving them, but none of my friends were reading the same things as me, so I was reading them and I wanted to, you know, like, I was like bursting with the need to talk about it. Like, oh, did you like this character? Oh my god, did you see that coming? That sort of thing. And I had no one to do that with. I was watching booktube videos and I was reading reviews on Goodreads and on blogs, and I was like, I could join this community and then I could get my views out there. People would read them, I could, you know, just communicate them, which I wasn't able to do. So that's really why I started my channel. I started my channel first, and then like 2 months later I started my blog. 4, worst book you ever read. I don't tend to read like a lot of books that I really dislike. It's like, you know, hate is a strong word, so I don't like to say I hate a book in any way, but the worst book personally I've ever read would be Death Comes to Pemberley by P.D. James, which is a murder mystery sequel to Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, and it's diabolical. I hated it. It's repetitive, she destroys characters in it. Everything that you love about Pride and Prejudice is just stampled on in P.D. James's Death Comes to Pemberley, and I can't believe the BBC are going to make an adaptation of it. I will not be watching it. Moving on, Kit Kats Can Read asked me 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 questions? No. Yeah, 6 questions. I can't count, so sorry. If you ever wrote a book, what would it likely be about? I'm not much of a writer. I mean, I like creative writing, but actual like full novels, I don't think I'll ever be able to write a full novel because I lose like steam halfway through. I have like a concept and I'll start it, but I don't ever finish them. I tend to write monologues, speeches and plays, that kind of thing. But if I could write a book, it would probably be a young adult or a new adult contemporary. Like, start off with something simple, probably, and it would have to have romance in there because, like, I like to have a good romance in a book, so I would want to put that in. 6. What's your favourite colour? My favourite colour is green. I love green. Most shades of green I like. Even my nails are currently mint green, but moving on. Coffee or tea? Tea. I don't like coffee. I only like coffee if it's like iced, like a frappuccino. Like, which is really strange, but I don't like hot coffee. It has to be tea. Do you like to cook? I'm not very good at cooking. I'm only really allowed to cook two things. One, a Dorset apple cake, and two, Mexican food. I'm the only one that can cook Mexican in my family. No one else can do it, which is really strange because it's like the easiest thing ever. But I do like to bake and cook that. That's the limit. But I enjoy doing that bit. 9. What are your other hobbies? I don't really have many other hobbies, which is really sad. Reading is my main hobby, but obviously I like to hang out with friends, especially a friend that's at university at the moment. So when I get the chance to hang out with him, that's good. Shopping, cinema, but otherwise, dog walking. But other than that, I don't really have a lot of hobbies because reading is my main hobby. Mario Kart Wii, extremely addicted to Mario Kart Wii, and I also like the Black Ops Zombies. I don't like play online like normal Black Ops. I just like the zombies. That's it. And 10. What would be your dream job? My dream job would be like as a reviewer, when I contact publishers or publishers contact me for review, I would like to do their job. I would like to be the person getting books out there, getting them read, getting them to bloggers, getting the reviews generated, just getting that buzz out there for a book. That would probably be my dream job. The next person, I'm really sorry, I have no idea how to say your channel name, and you're a frequent commenter, so I'm really sorry. Becken Guyan? No, you might not be able to see this on there. I'm very sorry if I said that wrong. Okay, I'm very sorry. What kind of music do you like? I like a lot of music. My iPod is very mixed. I like classical music, I like rock music, I like indie music. I'm a big fan of soundtracks. I love the Hairspray soundtrack. I love the Les Mis soundtrack. I have all the Twilight soundtracks, sad as it may be, but I genuinely like the music. I like 30 Seconds to Mars, I like Meatloaf, I like Eminem. I like Hungry Lucy, Matchbox 20. There's a lot of random stuff on my iPod as well, so I have a lot of Disney songs on my iPod as well. I mean, you gotta have a little bit of Disney on your iPod. You got to. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Italy. I'd love to go to Italy because I think parts of it are so modern, and yet you've got the rich history as well. I love that it's a clash of the two. I would love to go to Pompeii and Vesuvius, because I've always had a morbid fascination with volcanoes and extreme weather. Funny fact about me, I wanted to be a storm chaser when I was younger. Moving on. So that would sort of be somewhere I'd be fascinated to go to. I've always wanted to go there. If all your favourite fictional characters were about to die and you could only save one, who would you save? This is hard because I was only saying to friends the other day, recently in a lot of the books I've been reading, my favourite character dies, and it's depressing. This happens in TV shows too. My favourite character always dies. So as soon as I say they're my favourite character, boop, they're gone. But I would probably say I would save Akiva from Daughter of Smoke and Bone, because he has gone through so much pain already in his life. When he thought Karoo was dead for centuries, and now that he's found out that she's been reborn, I would like him to stay alive so that he can experience that and have the happiness that he should have had. I know, I'm so soppy. Who knew, right? What are some of your pet peeves? Are we talking book pet peeves, or are we talking pet peeves in life? Because I have several of both. Book pet peeves, I hate halfway through a series when they change the cover. I hate the girls on the cover in dresses trend. That's okay though if, you know, it's a historical book and it's relevant. You know, that's the main pet peeve, is irrelevant covers. I like covers to match the stories, to match characters, that kind of thing. If we're talking pet peeves like in general life, I hate when you're on the bus and you press the bell to get off and then someone else presses the bell to get off after you. It's like, dude, I've just pressed the bell to get off. The driver can't stop twice at the same stop, you know. I've pressed it. He's stopping. You don't need to press it. Similar thing when you're going to cross the road and you press the traffic lights and you're stood there waiting and someone else comes up behind you and presses it. It's like, why do you think I'm stood here? Why? Am I standing here for the fun of it, just watching the cars go by? No, I'm not. You know, it's very, very annoying, as you can tell. And is there a book that you dislike yet most people love, vice versa? Fracture by Megan Miranda, which I read last year, had a lot of hype. Lots of people loved it. They thought it was really different. It was like a breath of fresh air in YA. I genuinely hated it. I hated all the characters. None of them were redeemable. I thought the plot was stupid. It was mostly characters. I hated Delaney. I absolutely hated her. She's like the sort of person that I would not hang around with. I would avoid. I hate that sort of person. Vice versa. So is there a book I love that most people hated? I don't think so, but Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, which is one of my favourite books, as we've already established. Most people seem to say they liked it up until the halfway point, and then when it starts to sort of go into the flashback, they didn't like that, whereas I loved it. It's one of the things I thought was really different. I thought I've not read something like it before, so it was completely new to me. And the other thing people seem to say is they didn't like the romance element to it, which I freaking loved. So it's not that they hated it, they just liked different things about it than I did, which is totally cool. But yeah, that's what I liked about it anyway. So those are the first questions I'm going to be answering. I hope to get around to answering the others soon. As I said before, thank you so much for asking me these questions, and I'll see you guys soon. Happy reading.